What's up, guys? So Budds Creek this weekend, the return of Eli Tomac. Pro Circuit, they've signed some riders. We've got the debut of Drew Adams also at Budds Creek. I'm going to tell you what's going on with Pro Circuit. There's so many guys that are rumored to be signed with them for the next year. I got a Joe Shimoda update. I'm going to tell you about Slowy, the media guy who's also been banned by MX Sports from press passes. I got some interesting thoughts on that. Thank you to all the members. The $2.99 a month that you guys are giving me, it goes a long ways. And you guys got to see my raw opinion that I gave live yesterday about the Leot situation, and I'll go into that more on this video. And Coach Rob is having one of his team helmets made up exactly for you guys, the members. There will be maybe towards the end of the year. It's about an 8-month process to get these helmets, get them painted correctly and done up right. So we'll be running this contest for a long time. So anyone that joins between now and the time we do the drawing, you would be eligible to win the Complete Racing Solutions helmet that Coach Rob is going to donate to you guys.
You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy.
So first thing I want to do is I want to clarify. So I had Brad Allison on. If you haven't checked out that interview, please do. Now, I'm not condemning neck braces. I do think some neck braces are pretty decent, and I'm not like Ryan Hughes. I don't think they're all bad. I think there's a lot of really good situations where they have saved people. The issue I have is with the very first generation of Leot braces. They were solid. They went down the spine. That first generation was dangerous, and they knew it was dangerous and continued to sell them for years after substantial data proved that this thing was causing injuries and not preventing injuries. I mean, look, they don't go down the spine anymore. They're breakaway. They have fixed them. That tells me they knew there was a problem. Now we're just talking semantics of when we knew. With the lawsuits that have been brought against them, I can tell you it was long before they stopped selling those. So that's my issue with Leot. Now that's a scumbag move, and how many people wouldn't have used that brace that did use that brace after that time when they realized it was dangerous, that they kept pushing it out there. We do a recall at that point. We let people know, hey, we have a defect, we have to bring it back, but there was money and they didn't want to lose that money. And they go, okay, well, how much does it cost to recall? How much could we get sued for? And they go with the lower number. They don't really care about the damage to physical people. So Pro Circuit, boy, they have got a lot of riders heading into 2025. According to Steve Mathis, Time Masterpool, who is signed with Lucas Myrtle and is also signed with Pro Circuit. He will be a 2-year deal, according to Mathis, but that makes it really crowded inside that truck. Faulkner's still got a deal. Seth Hammaker has a deal for next year. Cameron McAdoo has a deal for next year. Levi Kitchen has a deal for next year. Garrett Marchbanks has a deal for next year. And they're planning on bringing the rookie, Drew Adams, who wants to race Supercross. So that's 7 people. That truck can't really hold or provide for 7 different riders. Maybe they're counting on guys getting hurt. I'm not sure exactly what the situation is there. I think that they're trying to talk Drew Adams into riding outdoor only and just hoping that by that time they'll be down to only 4 guys. Drew wants to ride Supercross though. And I think if he comes out here at Budds Creek and puts in a top 5 or has like one of those epic performances, I don't think you can deny him. I think you got to let him go Supercross at that point. Unfortunately, Max Voland is out. I don't know where he's going to go. This kid is still super talented, and it's just unfortunate. He looked really good on that Pro Circuit Kawasaki until that devastating hip injury. I don't know where he goes from here, but I hope he doesn't call it quits, and I hope he has some of that success that I've always thought he had in him. Check out Complete Racing Solutions. You guys know Coach Rob. He's got express workouts for busy professionals and part-time riders that want to stay in shape. Go over to Complete Racing Solutions and check those out. Epic Garage Designs. Travis Ogburn has the coolest stuff for your garage. Flooring, cabinets, slat wall, you name it. Travis has got it. Check out epicgaragedesigns.com. So Eli Tomac is back, and he'll be racing at Budds Creek. And the rumor is, if he looks really good, they're going to try and get him on the Des Nations team, or Des Nations team. I like to say Des. It just sounds better to me. I don't like this idea. Tomac has never been. He's had a few performances in the Des Nations where he looked really good, but overall, he's just done it because he had to. He's never really been a guy who's embraced that event, and why would he? There's no money. It's essentially you win, you're like, yay, you won, you're supposed to win. And if you lose, your whole country, you let them down. And there really is, it's a tough race. They don't make any money. They actually spend money to go to these events. So I understand why Tomac might not always be enthused about it. On the other hand, Aaron Plessinger wants to go. This is something. He did not have a good performance last year. He wants to redeem himself. He is Captain America. Stop considering Eli and just go with Sexton, Plessinger, and Deegan. And now if Deegan doesn't want to go, and that's what I'm hearing, then you got to go to Levi Kitchen. Kawasaki doesn't support the event, which, like I said, I'm fine with these manufacturers. They don't get anything out of it. They pay all this money to go over there, and if the team wins, yay, country. Kawasaki gets nothing. They do not get the bang for their buck by paying for this race. It's expensive, but they do get a lot of blame when it goes bad. So I understand Kawasaki not wanting to participate. Then we go to Chance Hymas, and that depends on how he is health-wise. And do you really want to put a rookie on the Des Nations team with Chase Sexton and Aaron Plessinger? Is that our best option? I don't think it is. I think they should go to Justin Cooper and say, Justin Cooper, would you be interested in riding a 250 in this event? And I think he'd probably do it. I think that's a better option than going with Hymas or an RJ Hampshire coming off an injury. I think Justin Cooper, with those two other guys, I think they would be a strong, strong team. The Des Nations in general is much like the Olympics, and they exploit patriotism for financial gain. And yes, it's fun to cheer for your country. And yes, you want to feel and wave the flag and be represented. But you ought to understand why they do it. They do it every single year. This isn't like the Olympics where they do it every 2 or 4 years. They do this every single year. If you do it every single year, it's called a world championship. It's not like an Olympic type event. Ryder Cup in golf every 2 years. They squeeze every penny out of this event, and I don't think it should be every single year, at least every 2 years, if not every 4 years. That way, we look forward to it, we plan for it, and it's a way bigger deal, and it means more than it does right now. Because I'll be honest with you, right now, I like it. It's fun to watch, but I don't really care as much as I probably should. Check out Ride Strapped, the best goggle company I've dealt with. These guys are so awesome. They have really good designs. They have the best shirts. Get your Red Pill shirt, get your glasses. Hit up ridestrap.com and they will get you hooked up. Precision Transport. If you're shipping anything and you want it done right at a reasonable price, hit up Precision Transport, pretransport.com. So Davey Kums, Kerry Coombs, and the MX Sports Mafia strikes again. I could not believe, well, I guess I can believe it because this is what they do. Slowy has his videos. He does a really good job over on his channel, and he's just out there filming people and bringing fun back to motocross. He's showing you what he sees, and it's awesome. It's got some partying, but it's not too bad. I mean, there's a girl that pulled it up, and she had her bra on, but it wasn't like bare boobs. YouTube was okay with it, so I don't think it could have been that bad. The way he has been banned, they told him, you cannot have this type of stuff. And
that I have too large of a following doing things that the industry doesn't support or doesn't like. Industry meaning MX Sports. Those were some direct words from Davey himself. He doesn't need me, so that's fine. And I wasn't trying to make it seem like he did need me. I was just trying to come to terms with him. I went in, introduced myself, said, hey, I'm Connor, and he said, I know exactly who you are. And then I had Carrie Jo come in, and she knew who I was. These are all people that own MX Sports. So anyways, he said that he doesn't want to help me because he doesn't want his fans to find my page and be able to go back and look at all the stuff. So with that, he proceeded to ask if I would delete everything that I put out, and the answer is absolutely not. My name is marked, and I won't be able to get a media pass from MX. But there's a lot of stuff that I never put out that they don't know about and whatnot, so I'm not holding that over their heads or anything. But now, now we're more in the understanding of where it is. I actually don't need those media passes like as much as I think they think I do. But since it was kind of handled weirdly, and I was really talking to them just like I'm talking to you guys right now, and it was just basically how I am screwing them and on purpose and this and that, and I'm not doing that. That wasn't the intention at all. And actually, Carrie Jo said I was trying to make a fool out of her in the promoters and stuff, and I actually I mentioned her. I was like, oh, that was like that was never the idea. Like that wasn't ever supposed to come across. Can you give me an example? And she failed to give me an example of that because there was nothing that I could ever recall that I did that with, because I thought that was wrong. Like I don't think making fun of the promoters or anything is what I'm. Guys, a little information. I told you guys I didn't get a media pass, and I wanted to explain why. Honestly, I didn't explain why. So basically, what the main reasons were is the High Point YouTube video that's up, and YouTube didn't restrict because it's not that bad. So there's one. And the other things was the chick showing her woohoo, and she did that 150 times, and I just so happened to show that part as well. Too bad. That shit happens. Girls pull their boobs out in places, and girls. Main reasons they're upset is they said I made their insurance premiums go up. And I'll show you the video now of Reese Wheaton jumping down the jump at High Point that was never done before, but it was made how it was made and no one's ever done it. I didn't make him do that. I didn't do anything dangerous. I didn't tell him to jump off the side of the track. I didn't do any of that stuff. He said, I think I can do it, and we looked at it, and it looked very possible because of the conditions that day. Wanted to explain that. They basically went on to say that I made their insurance went up from that, and then me as an example of the pit bike from the fire of the year before, which absolutely I had nothing to do with. Once again, not me in the fire. And I sure as hell didn't say go through the fire, and I'm not anyone's dad either. I'm trying to think of the rest of it. It was just going back and forth. It was like, okay. And it was just basically how I am not needed, so that's fine.
They told him, you cannot have this type of stuff. And you had a guy jump something big at High Point. What? Since when has the insurance company looked at an Instagram post and said, we're raising your insurance? I don't even know that they're allowed to do that. What raises insurance rates is lawsuits and stuff like that. I'm not saying this didn't happen because I don't know for sure, but that doesn't sound right. It does not sound right. It sounds like MX Sports grasping at straws as to why they're not giving Slowey a press pass. And they treat these press passes like they're gold. Honestly, we don't really need them to do the job. There's plenty of access on the side of the track to film. It is nice to have a free pass and to have access, but it is not needed. And I told Slowey, I was like, dude, screw them. You do you. What he's doing is working. I wouldn't change it based on what these guys tell you. You do what you see and call the sport as it is. And if they don't like it looking that way, then they can change things about the sport because that's just the way it is. But the way they sit him down, mafia style, and, oh, you're making us look bad. I'm like, are you kidding me? These guys are disgusting. And this is a blatant exploitation of power. And that's what they do. They want everyone to be under their thumb. If you guys didn't believe me when I said it before, just ask Slowey. The thing I want you to pay attention to with Slowey is look how much they're trying to manipulate him. And then I want to ask you, do you honestly believe anyone who's on the RacerX payroll, PulpMX, and all these different people that they contribute to have the right to say whatever they think? I don't. And anyone who has a press pass, you don't think they audit their content and tell them what they can and can't say? So be careful when you follow these different narratives. They're full of shit. Slowey did say he's going to chill out a little bit because he doesn't want to be the bad guy. He wants to just do what he's doing, have a good time. He's not like me. He's not looking to kind of take on these knuckleheads. He just wants to go about and do his business, and that's fine. There's absolutely no problem. But I hope he doesn't sell his soul in doing that and just go along and tell their stupid narratives. MX Sports needs riders, they need media, and they need fans. But we don't need them. There will be another organization. In fact, I've heard of other organizations looking at partnering with the manufacturers to take over for them because they are treating them so bad right now. The manufacturers, they pay so much money for salaries and they can't even get safe racing conditions with flaggers. It's disgusting. Slowey, keep your head up, keep doing what you're doing, and don't let them manipulate your content into doing something that you don't want to do. Thanks, guys. I appreciate everything, and here's today's member.